Maggie and Negan continue their journey into the zombie-ridden ruins of Manhattan. This is my review for episode 2 of Walking Dead: Dead City. So welcome back to the channel, welcome to my review for episode 2 of Walking Dead: Dead City, entitled Who's There? So this episode here, it picks up directly at off the end of the first episode where lights went out. Yeah, essentially Maggie and Negan were in this building. They had their little lighter on, and this old woman that we saw in the first episode was looking over the top of a building. Was in this darkened room. She blew out the light. She's stolen their stuff and they go off chasing after her. And this leads them heading across rooftops, zip lining from one building to another. This woman wants them to follow her, and they do catch up with her. She cannot speak English, but Negan kind of befriends her. He gets a bit of a rapport going with her. And then she leads them to this place where they're introduced to this group of other individuals that are living out in the ruins of Manhattan. They believe that they're there not to help them and all this sort of stuff, that they're there for nefarious reasons, shall we say. But then stuff occurs. These other individuals turn up in these motorbike helmets who work for Croet, and Maggie and Negan end up helping them out, helping them escape. The old woman, she ends up getting killed, much to Negan's disgust, and he takes one of the individuals and has a full-on Negan moment with him in front of the people that he is that they're fighting against, basically. Some other members of of the Croats group. This episode here is very fast-paced. A lot goes on. I found it far more entertaining than the first episode, although the first episode was pretty good. Far more entertaining with this one, more focused in what it's doing. We do intercut between the main storyline back to Maggie's people with the young girl that Negan had under his care at the start, and her getting on there. We do get some of that stuff, but yeah, no, it was a good episode. It was a good episode. I had my doubts about the look of the show with the first episode. I did say that it looked somewhat cheaper with some of the effects, but that seems to have passed here. I think that some of the nighttime effects looked like that, far cheaper, but here it does look far more expensive, more money driven into it. Now, there's some great character moments for Maggie and Negan between them. Maggie not wanting Negan's help in certain situations. She wants to do stuff alone. She doesn't want to owe him anything. They have a good sit down. They have a talk. Negan explains, some of the reasons why he was the way he was, why he'd done things the way he did. She doesn't agree with it. This leads to this scene where Negan does go full Negan, shall we say, and Maggie sees this and she wasn't meant to see it. So that kind of brings back stuff for her, and yeah, some good stuff going on. We do get some backstory on the Croat, the fella that is the main adversary for them in this series, and his time with Negan. Negan tells Maggie stories about him when he was there with him, so we do get that as a backdrop for him. But a decent episode, yeah, not bad at all. Had a lot of fun with it. So let me know your thoughts down below.